Hi guys, this is Kaizen and welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to try the Armored Komodo acrylic inks. When these inks first came out, we were a little bit skeptical. I mean, when they first got these, because I also found out that they're also going to be the water-based prethinned acrylics for airbrushing. Which is weird, because does it mean when I thin their usual acrylics, it means it's already ink? In which we know it's not, because ink has a different consistency and flow, and there's already a lot of videos explaining the difference of acrylic inks, washes, contrast paints in the bludgeoning of the internet. So I would recommend you to check those out so you guys know the difference. But majority acrylic inks are used for glazing, and sometimes we use it for zenithal highlights with the white. So these have actually dual purpose, basically. So I like how Armored Komodo got a new take on this. They kind of, at first I was really like confused and like mad, like why? But then this is what's great about talking to manufacturers, especially if a company is very open to criticism in their products. And I give Armored Komodo huge kudos about that, because they actually answered my queries and helped me out understand or what they were planning to do. So these are basically dual purpose. If you want them to be generally ink, you have to use their thinner, which I actually don't have. I forgot to buy them. Maybe next time we try them out. But these, we're just gonna test them out as there is, because they're still really good the way they are. They're very highly pigmented so far. So if you have their thinner, you can thin them down. Depends on what translucency you want, because they're very opaque paints. Some are really strong in saturation. So if you really want like a really thin down ink, it's easy because they have a specific thinner for it. You can't use their actual gloss or flat thinners, I guess, because yeah, they really separated it. But yeah, let's get to our first test. Acrylic inks like these, they are actually waterproof. So we're gonna test with these two colors right here. So I'm gonna start with the black first. Let's make some easy lines for us to check. So let's try with black first. This is with nothing, so smooth this. Okay. And then a little bit of a small line there. Check it out. Okay. Next, we'll try another color. Let's try the green. A good color, actually. And then a little bit of the strokes. Okay. Oh, we're gonna test it with a bigger brush. So this brush is gonna be just very clean water, okay? And then we'll just give it a few minutes to dry. So far, as you can observe the strokes, it's very smooth when they play on paper like that. There, and even with this one, it's very rich. Especially the green, it's very saturated, which I like so far. Okay, so let's try. This is a few minutes dry time, so it's around 5 minutes or so to dry. Let's try our black first. Okay, it didn't smear, which is great. Oh, wait a minute, it smeared a little bit on the black. Right there, you can see it? It's smearing. Okay, that's not a good sign. Let's give it a coating. Try the green next. So okay, the green did not smear. It's just the water. Didn't smear. I don't see any smear marks. But the black, let's give this paper time to dry and react. And let's see when it dries. Okay, so after a few minutes of it drying, so I'm using a 180 GSM mixed media paper. Now we're going to go closer so you can guys see where we at. And And yeah, there's only a little bit of smearing on the black. Maybe because this is a more concentrated pigment than the other one. But it's just a little bit. But the line ones didn't have smearing on them. The green, that's all nothing. So majority, it doesn't activate in water. And I see this as a plus. But except with the black, maybe because of the concentration of the ink, it's just very, very minimal. Let's do our airbrush test. So for our airbrush test, we're gonna check how much it flows, if it's very friendly for the airbrush. We'll be using the Hardened Steenbeck 2024 Ultra as always for these tests, and then we're gonna be using, of course, our Arkom ink. So this is the black, carbon black. Now I'm running this around 20 psi because why not? So this is no thinner or anything, just airbrush in around 20 psi. So we give it a shake right there. Because this is again the water-based thin down acrylics for the water-based paints. So let's see, first stroke. Okay. Ooh. Close finger. Go smaller strokes. Okay, now let's do long strokes. Okay, by the way, if you have a hard time pulling a trigger, you can adjust it here. There you go, for a controlled, consistent flow. There you go. Now let's do a long puff. Okay, it's like it's very airbrushable. Let's see, like okay, it's very airbrushable, guys. You can't see much of the speckling here. It's very smooth on the paper. Okay, see. That's. And yeah, let's try another color. So I just shake. Okay, same thing. I'm not gonna wash it. I'm just gonna go straight airbrushing it. Okay, so drip. There you go. And okay, consistency. It works. It can be small details. Go smaller. And yeah, I just did a few drops. Look at that. Amazing. So let's get to our next test. For this test, I'll be using a gray base and a white base, and of course a black base. I will be painting, airbrushing our inks directly to these bases with no primer, no thinner, nothing. Directly to the base and let them sit down for almost 10 minutes of curing time on both bases. For our bases to dry, I will also airbrush acrylic white on a black base so you can guys see the opacity and the concentration of the white pigment, and also part of our test as a third base that we're gonna use for this test. Same thing, it's gonna be cured for 10 minutes as well, and we'll do an amazing test to check its durability. Okay, after 10 minutes of curing, here we are. So probably some of them are now 15 because I have to move the camera around, but it's around that time. And this is what they look like. So this is the green and white. Look at that. It has like a gloss sheen to it. Look at that. There's some parts that's pooling because, yeah, I think I overspray. But on the sides, it's very even. So that's great. Now for the blue, it's just the same thing. Right, this is gray and blue. See that? Also has like a gloss. This is more glossier, I think, than the reed. But again, still no primer, just the inks. And now this is black on white. So this is what it looks like. It's a very opaque white, which is I so far kind of love with against black, because it means that the pigmentation of the white ink is really great, which is very important because white acrylic is the most used color in ink in the miniature painting hobby. So this is the thing that people will sought after the most. So we're gonna do a comparison later with the Liquitex one and the whiteness of the Liquitex one and the Arkom one. But so far, this is what they are. Now, Arkom insisted to do like a durability test, so we're gonna go straight to that. So to do that, we're gonna be using a duct tape test while I slap duct tape and peel it off. It's got, again, this is just 15 minutes of curing time. So this is a test of their durability. So same duct tape, ta-da-da-da. And let's start with our white because it's more visible. So we're gonna slap it on there and let's see how strong this is. And 1, 2, 3. Wait, I'm just gonna give it a rub here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, nothing. Again, nothing. That's pretty good. It's very, again, no primer. Nothing. Yeah, it's really clean. Good job. So I'll put it here so that it's nothing. Right, next for green, again duct tape. Since I never actually tested durability for it, because I guess it's not a big deal, but like people really want to know durabilities nowadays, so I guess we're doing it. So this, because again, these inks are also the water-based paint airbrush edition of the Arkom, so probably people are going to use this as a substitute for the very opaque Arkom acrylics. They really are very opaque. They're very hard to airbrush unless you have their thinners, but this is the substitute. I guess durability is an important factor. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, also nothing. Let's do it again. Let's do this again. You know what? I'm gonna put a lot of force there. So let's see if it really rubs off. 1, 2, 3. Okay, just a little bit. If you can see there, guys. That is very, rigorous of me. But majority, it looks fine. It generally looks fine. So, do it again. Yeah. Just a little bit. That's actually still impressive. So I'm gonna put it there. Let's try another color. These are blue. So I want to see if the colors or durability are consistent as well. So again, this is just 10 to 15 minutes curing time, which is really already very impressive. And okay, another duct tape. Okay. Okay, just this one I'll be again very give it effort and pull out my push it around. Let's see. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's a very little smidge, like very little smidge, but I barely can't see it. I think it's only in the parts where it pulls, but the rest is totally fine. So we're doing this again. Okay. Do it another force in, and 1, 2, 3. Not so much. Yeah. No matter what I do, that is actually impressive. Yeah. A little bit of smidge there. That's it. So this is what they all look like in the test. So even if I rub it with my sweaty hands, it doesn't leave like paint residue on it. Again, this is just 15 minutes cure time, and it's nothing. See, it's Right? It's pretty impressive. For the scratches, this also works as a scratches because if I rub it, it should be like removed, right? But no, it's still there. It's pretty impressive. Arkom really did a great job with the durability. Now, let's go to our conclusion. Okay, after all of these tests, they did well. They did really great. From the saturation, do they reactivate except black, but it's just a minimal thing. It's very concentrated, so I guess be careful if you're using the black ink. But the rest are perfectly fine. They don't reactivate except the black one. But yeah, and also they only cost 155 pesos for a 30 ml bottle, so that's around $3 compared to the Liquitex one, which costs $8 or $7 or 400 pesos. But for the saturation and quality, no fakeness, they're almost the same thing. They're very in par of quality, and I love it. I wish they were in dropper bottles though. Our Komodo's been using the same bottle for ages now, and I wish for inks they also have a dropper bottle, because I do like the droppers because it helps you control how many drops of paint you're putting in your airbrush or in your palettes. With this, you can technically do that, but there are tendencies when you overpress this bottle and it will just everywhere, and we don't want that. And it's gonna majority happen with this bottle, but I guess that's the only sad critique I have for it. But so far, so good. 155 pesos. That is a no-brainer for inks. This is a really good set, and I will probably get the thinner and more colors. So I hope they release more colors too, because the first basic, I think there are 10 of these. I guess 10 or 15. I forgot to count. But yeah. That's pretty much it for me with this. And yeah, guys, if you like the videos I do, please support me on Patreon. You know, you can donate just a $1, or you could try our tiers as well, where we share our STLs, like for example our husband hotel stuff, and we do a lot of 3D modeling too. So you guys, for our supporters, you go get the chance to try them. We also have a tier for people who want a physical copy. So yeah, support us on Patreon, because these videos are expensive. They are, because especially our upcoming video, which is I try all the epoxy putty or green stuff that I can get my hands on for the next video. And I kid you not, it costs a lot. Especially green stuff is very expensive. So yeah, that's pretty much for me, guys. Thank you for watching. This is Kaizen, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. People say that I sound like very high pitched. That is what I actually sound. And I don't know, guys. I don't think it's even a valid critique. I genuinely sound like this, and if you meet me in person, I also just speak like this. I speak English more often than Filipino. Filipino is not my main language in this house. And yeah, I guess it's just my ADHD pitch. But you know what? If it keeps on going, let's try different voices. Hi, I'm Kai, and welcome to my channel. Yeah, that sounds so weird. Yeah, I'll just stick to being who I am.